back, everybody. Each year, as Valentine's Day approaches, the excitement among women is fairly obvious. But if you ask guys about it, not so much. Often not as enthusiastic. So this year, on August 14th, a half-year separation from Valentine's, there is a new holiday that puts men first. It's the first annual St. Meatentine's Day, M-E-A-T, created by Steve Haverly, a day dedicated to men and the stuff they love. So the phrase beef, beer, bands, and baseball is sort of a guideline for the celebration. That gives you an idea. So here to show us how to throw a successful St. Meatentine's party that will do St. Meatentine proud is our own Kelly Moore. I think this is hilarious.
I know, right? I mean, they're really, other than Father's Day and birthdays, they're really, if you think about it, there isn't a lot of time that we really celebrate men. So, all right, let's do it.
Let's do it. How do we start?
Because, of course, you don't want to just throw out just anything. It's got to be...
Although they'd be happy if we did.
They probably would, but, you know, let's take it to the next level. If you're going to do it right.
Okay.
So I always say start with the invitation.
Yes.
So here what I've done is I've just printed out on just some craft paper a meat label, and it says, let's meet up. And then it talks just about the invitation, the party, where it is.
You are so clever.
You know, let's meet up. So you just tie it with a little twine, stick that in an envelope, and send it off in the mail. And of course, since it's this Saturday, you either want to hand deliver these or plan for next year.
Okay.
So, you know, you can do this for any barbecue, though. And then you want to talk about, you know, the linen, because you're not going to do a linen, because these are guys, right?
No, these are guys.
So you're going to do a tarp. So what you did, what I did, was
which I should have at my house all the time for my boys.
I know. So get the brown, because it kind of goes with kind of the wood, and that's how you tie this all together. You'll see I have a lot of wood accents. And what we did is we just threw the tarp on. Really easy. Home Depot, put a linen underneath it if you want. And then you go on to the condiments, because men love condiments. What is it about the sauce?
Marinade and sauce.
Marinade and sauce. So here's a toolbox, simple toolbox.
This is cool.
What we did was we took some mason jars, and then we put the different barbecue sauce in there with just a little, you know, brush in each one. You could put rubs in there. You can, I mean, you can do one with salt, one with pepper, rubs, and then all the barbecue sauces that you want.
I think that's a wonderful idea, and that makes such a great decoration. Now, before we go any farther, let's talk to the originator of St. Meatentine's. This is Steve Haverly. Steve, I'm guessing maybe not a big Valentine's fan, and hence the idea, or how did it come about?
Not generally. Not really a big Valentine's fan.
I understand. I'm not actually
experiences, but really the idea came. I was on the Today Show on as a member of the Guys Tell All panel,
which I love. That's great.
Yeah, and Donnie Deutsch does the same thing, only the single man's version. And the Friday before Valentine's Day, his question was from a female viewer: do men care about Valentine's Day? And he said, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble here, but no, we absolutely don't care about Valentine's Day. And it immediately made me ask myself, why is that? And why don't we have a holiday that we look forward to? Well, right away I thought, okay, opposite of Valentine's Day would be August 14th. I got online and I found this character named St. Augustine Meatentine, who was born in 1000 AD on August 14th. Well, the more and more research I did, this guy came into this character, and thus St. Meatentine's was born.
I think it's a brilliant idea. Now, do you find, or do you anticipate that if we celebrate St. Meatentine's, that perhaps we'll be able to embrace Valentine's Day a little more willingly, because there'll be some balance? I
do think so. That's what I found out. Originally, it was about just for men, and then the more and more I started talking about it, women were like, no, I don't really like Valentine's Day either.
Yeah.
So it just evolved into this big thing through Facebook, and we actually got Cheney Stadium behind it, and so next year at the opening of the all-new stadium, we're going to have a big shindig for St. Meatentine's Day.
That is the coolest ever. We will be there for that. Steve, thank you. This is a great idea. All right, well, let's continue then to find out how we can go ahead and celebrate this year. I love these. I've never seen these before, the placemats and the whatever these gizmos are.
Okay, so this is just wood from a craft store, and it's not treated, so it's natural. And what's great is men can just put their steak on there, bam, it's on the meat, it's on the platter, they don't have to worry about china or anything like that. You're outside grilling probably anyway.
I like it.
And then what I want to do is, you know, when you send the invitation, you want to ask people to RSVP whether they want their meat well, medium rare, rare, whatever. So when you get that back, what you're going to do is you're going to take a steak knife and you're just going to label it.
Oh,
so
great.
that when the guest gets there at their
You
place,
already know.
they've got well done on there. You stick this in a piece of meat.
Ooh,
and
that sounds like fun.
I know. Well, you know, and then you take it to the grill, and that then stays in there, and people know exactly what type of meat they're going to have. Of course, you've got the bandana,
instead of a linen or a napkin.
And then if you can see, we've layered a little texture under here with some wire. This is just some fine gauge sheeting that I got at Home Depot.
Idea.
It just adds that little texture.
It's all very manly.
Now, we're not going to have flowers.
Nope, we're going to have charcoal.
It's St. Meeting-Times Day,
That's right,
Steve?
So we're having charcoal
So
instead.
you're not going to send your guy flowers, you're going to send him charcoal.
And he's going to love it.
Yeah, right?
And you've got wood chips and candles and the whole 9 yards, and I bet I know what goes in these.
Right, so
I'm
beer.
just guessing.
Right.
It's a
So you
survey
could do a
fund.
beer tasting, because you know beer is really big, and wine tastings are big, but so are beer tastings.
Right.
So you can do different glasses for different beers, and then, of course, like I said, for decor, all you have are the wood chips. You've got to have a candle. I'm sorry, because it's still going to get dark. Guys are still going to need lighting.
You got to have
so
some light.
I'm not going to say, hi, be anti-candle. So just because you're anti-flowers, not anti-candle. So stick it in there with some wood chips and some charcoal, and it's really clean line, and it looks really good. And of course, for the fork, what do you have?
The giant fork.
You've got to have the giant fork.
I think that's brilliant.
So you've got the big fork, you've got the knife, and they can cut their meat and have a great St. Meeting-Times Day and raise their stein to beer.
This is good. And it tells them, hey, we care about you. We care about you.
We care. You can have some meat.
That's right.
Really.
I think that's very important. Kelly, thank you very much. This looks like fun, and I can't wait for next year. That'll be pretty cool. I'm a meat and baseball fan, too. In fact, I like all those things you just mentioned.
And I'd like to come to this party, too. So I think women should embrace it, too, and go to St. Meeting-Times Day on Saturday and have a steak.
It's a date.
It's a date.
All right. Well, now that we have a date set aside to sharpen our knives, fire up the grill, and break out the old baseball glove, there will be no excuse not to celebrate. So a reminder, the first annual St. Meeting-Times Day is this Saturday, August 14th. The event this year is either taking place in your backyard, or you can head down to Tacoma's Harmon Tap Room for the whole deal if you'd like to. And of course, you can watch Kelly Moore on Kong 616 and More to Life every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. And then up next, the fight that sparks the most divorces. We've gone from Valentine's to divorce so quickly. How to save your marriage from falling down the money pit when we come back.